Morning, everyone. Beth here from CornerPiece Studio. I just wanted to show you some fun that I've been doing in the studio yesterday and today, and I wanted to share it with you. So if you're new here, welcome. Thrilled to have you here. If you like what you see, press the like and subscribe button down on the lower right. And also subscribe so you can see what else I have coming. And if you've been here for a while, I am so thrilled that you returned. Thank you for coming back. So today I am playing with making postcards. Here's the one I did. And yeah, you can see a little shimmer because I used a shimmery paint on it. There we go. It's a postcard. I got into making postcards because I did a postcard swap here on YouTube this week, and I was like, you know what, that's fun. I'm just going to do something simple just to kind of get myself back into creating because I've been away for a little bit. So here's a postcard I just finished this morning. It is a 4x6. It came from this book of watercolor postcards. You don't have to have watercolor postcards to do this. Yes, it has the lines and things on the back, but you can do that yourself. You just need to cut your paper down to a 4x6 and you're ready to go. So this is the one that I finished. Here is my prototype. It looks a little messy because I was trying out different things, different colors, until I finally settled on the set of colors that I liked, and even for the background. So, and this is how it came out. This is what I liked. I'm going to show you how I did it. I used this stamp, and I used archival ink. Use the archival ink because it's permanent, it's waterproof. It doesn't, it will not run. Because see, I used watercolor paint on this whole thing and it stayed right there. So I'm going to show you how to do it with a regular piece of paper. This is a 9x12 piece of paper. You can use watercolor paper, you can use mixed media paper. I'm going to use watercolor paper because it is a little thicker and a little more sturdy, like a postcard. If you use other paper, you might have to glue a thin piece of paper to the back to make it a little more sturdy. So if you can get some watercolor paper or mixed media paper, you should be okay. Mixed media paper, you might want to have to back it. But so I'm going to use, there's two sides to the watercolor paper. One has more tooth to it than the other. I want to use the one that has more tooth to it because it holds the color better. It doesn't run everywhere. I'm also going to put a piece of plastic behind it so I don't stamp on my tabletop here, because I'm going to stamp all over. I'm going to use a different stamp. I used the rose yesterday. I want to use a petaled flower. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get some ink on it. I'm going to use the petaled flower today. See, that's a little better. And I'm going to try my card here that I used yesterday to see how it prints. I don't like that. Okay, so I'm not going to use that one. I don't like how that comes out. So I'm going to use my rose again. And see, that comes out much better. So always try it on something scrap piece first before you do it on your work piece that you're doing. So what I'll do is I'm going to just stamp all over my paper every which way, because when I'm done, I will be cutting it. And you can also go off the edges, like so. That's okay. Oops, that one didn't come out too good. That's all right. Just gotta press it a little better next time. These are silicone stamps. Excuse me. Flower. It's a silicone flower, so that's okay. Now, when I'm done getting, yeah, it takes a little bit of work and pressure and pressing and whatnot. Now, what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to use this as a stamp off. What I'm going to do now is, see, I've got the base, the bunch of flowers that I want. Let me just do a few more in betweens. That's better. Just fill it in a little bit. This way it will have more interest in it. Because what you can do between, when you're done doing this, is you can do your stamp off on this. This is going to be nice. It's going to have a lot to it. Nice. Okay. I'm going to just do that. That's going to be that. Now I'm going to do my stamp off to help fill in the spaces. So I'm going to do the initial one here, and then I'm going to take it and do it in between. See the lighter? So you do this, the big one here, and then you do the lighters in between. Because you want to take off the bulk of the ink, because you're going to paint the bolder ones and leave the other ones on their own. So there we go. I've got that done. I'm going to, oops, paint the bolder ones. See, the darker ones are going to get painted. Okay, there we go. All right, let's close that up. Now the paints I'm using, I'm going to use, these are watercolor aquarelles, pastel colors. And on this, where did it go? Here it is. This, I used the shimmer paints. You don't have to use shimmer paints. You can, but you don't have to. I'm not going to this time. I will be using these, and I'm going to use these two colors. I like the way those two colors work together, these two. Okay, so what you're going to do is you need to wet your paints. I wet my paints. I have my brush here and my water. So I'm going to take the pink. You take the dark, the yellow is going to be the accent. The pink is going to be, oops, I made a boo. Okay, here we go. I made a boo-boo. The pink is going to be the main color. The yellow is the accent. Now the first thing you're going to do, because you want the water, the color to stay in one spot, you're going to wet the whole flower that you're painting. I'm going to wet the whole flower that's getting painted. And if you go outside it, you need to dry up, because what's going to happen is the paint color will follow the water. It will go where the water is. All right, now I can get my paint. You could paint dry to dry if you want, but you won't get the, see the nice blending of the colors here? You won't get that nice blending of the colors if you go the other way, if you do dry on dry, or wet on dry, excuse me. So I'm just going around my edges. The paint will follow the water. Yeah, I'm going to put that in the middle. I'll clean my brush. And now I'm going to get my accent color, which is a pastel yellow orange. I like yellow and orange and pink together. And I'm going to just drop it in. Drop it in because I want it to mix. And see that white spot in the center? Just going to put my back of my paintbrush on it so the water runs into it. There it goes. And the color runs into it. I'm going to add a little drop of pink to the center. There it goes. You see it? It's blending and it's mixing. See that? It's blending and mixing. So this is going to take me a little while. So I will come back to show you the next step, or let's see, yeah. Because then what I'm going to do, let me get my watercolor paper. I'm going to take another sheet of watercolor paper out and show you what's next. I'm going to move this out of the way. Oops. Move that out of the way. Okay. So your postcard size is 4 by 6. And like I said, these are 9 by 12. So I'm going to cut this in half at 6. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fold it and find the half mark, because sometimes their true 6 is different than, see, it's not quite at 6. That's why I did that. So I'm going to cut it so it's at 6. It's 6 inches. See, they're both at 6 inches. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is right there. So I'm going to put it at 4 and cut. Oops, it moved. It helps if you hold it. It helps if you hold it. So I'm going to go back here. Nope, that one didn't work. See, we make mistakes. We make boo-boos. So I'm going to, I didn't hold it. You need to hold your paper when you cut. There we go. There's a 4. So 6 by 4. There's one card. I'm going to get 2 more out of this. Let's do, use their 4. And one more. There we go. So I have 3 postcards out of that. They're all 4 by 6. That's what I will be doing with this once it's fully painted and dry. So you can see that it's running a little bit. It's wet. It's going to be good and wet. There we go. So I will be back to show you the cutting and show you what it looks like when it's done. And here's my other cards that I'm going to use as postcards. And we'll go from there. So thank you for being here. This project will take a little bit of time on your part for the painting. Or you can use colored pencils, you can use crayons, you can use markers, whatever you want to color in your flowers or animals or whatever you're choosing to use as your stamp on there as a focal point. And you can combine things too and make a scene if you want. So it's up to you as to what you would like to put on your postcards. So for now, thank you for being here. I'm thrilled that you're here, and I will be back shortly to show you more fun that I'm having in my studio. And you have a great afternoon. If you're where it's warm, stay cool. And you have a good afternoon. Talk to you later. Bye now.